Want to sell homemade food in Georgia? I'll cover exactly what you need to know, from food safety training to what you can legally sell to labeling. Let's start with one of the most common questions. Do you need food safety training to sell homemade food in Georgia? Under Georgia Cottage food law, you're required to complete a food handler course before you can legally sell your products. But it's important to take the right course. If you don't, your food handler's card won't meet the requirement, preventing you from legally operating your home-based food business. To be valid, the training must be accredited by the ANSI National Accreditation Board, ANAB for short. Food Safe Pal's food handler train is ANAB accredited, so it meets Georgia's Cottage food law requirements. It's designed to be clear and easy with built-in knowledge checks to prepare you for the final test. Most people can train and test in just 90 minutes. And once you pass, you'll get immediate digital access to your official food handler's card and certificate. You can also upgrade to receive a professionally printed copy in the mail. The card is wallet size and the certificate is larger, perfect for displaying wherever you sell, posting to your website, or filing with your business records. Your Georgia food handler's card is valid for 3 years from the date you complete the course. After that, you'll need to renew it to stay compliant with Georgia law. Renewing is easy. It's the exact same process as getting it the first time. Just retake an ANAB accredited course, pass the test, and get your updated card. Same process, new expiration date. Along with food safety training, you'll also need to know what foods are actually allowed under Georgia Cottage food law. Georgia allows the sale of non-potentially hazardous foods, which means items that don't require refrigeration for safety. Examples include baked goods like breads, cakes, and biscuits, jams, jellies, and preserves, cereals and granola, uncut fruits and vegetables, popcorn, fudge, and even roasted coffee beans. You cannot sell any potentially hazardous foods like cheesecakes, tamales, seafood, meat, or poultry products, raw milk, or anything containing cannabis or alcohol. Georgia law allows you to sell directly to people, including online, by mail, and at events, and also to retail food establishments like grocery stores and restaurants, as long as your local government hasn't opted out. Some cities or counties may pass a local ordinance that prohibits the sale of cottage food through third-party vendors like restaurants or stores. If they do, they'll still be allowed to sell directly to people. If you're selling homemade food in Georgia, every item you sell must be properly labeled, and not just with the name of the product. Your label needs to include your business name, address, and phone number, or if you prefer an ID number, you can request from the Georgia Department of Agriculture in place of your address, and this exact statement in at least 10-point font. And while not required, it's best practice to include the product's full ingredient list and descending order by weight. If your product is packaged, the label goes on the package. If it's sold in bulk, the label goes on a container. If it's sold unwrapped, you'll need a play card at the point of sale. And if it's sold online, it must be clearly labeled on the product's webpage. If you're selling through a third-party vendor, like a grocery store or restaurant, your product must be kept in a separate area with signage that clearly states the items are cottage foods and are exempt from state inspection. Alright, let's recap. If you want to sell homemade food in Georgia, here's what you need to know. You must complete a food handler training course that's accredited by the ANSI National Accreditation Board, ANAB, such as the one offered by Food Safe Pal. You're allowed to sell non-potentially hazardous foods, including baked goods, jams, and popcorn, but not items that require refrigeration or contain alcohol, cannabis, or raw milk. Every product needs a label with your business info and the required disclaimer. You can request an ID number if you prefer not to include your address. Ready to start selling your homemade goods? Visit foodsafepal.com to get or renew your Georgia Food Handler's card completely online in just 90 minutes.